This is Eye to Eye for February 2nd. Coming up, a troubling report about sexual assault on college campuses has the President of the United States taking action. We'll hear from a group that provides sexual abuse survivors with opportunities for healing. But first, how you can help a local boy who is in a race to save lives. Nikki Lieblang is the operations manager of the group RACC, or Racers Against Childhood Cancer. Nikki, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Well, among the hundreds of people who will be taking part in a 10K and a 5K race at State Fair Park in a few hours is a 9-year-old boy named Noah Bliss.
Yes.
Tell me about this remarkable kid.
I actually met Noah last year, but this is his third year with him and his family doing the Great Lakes Multi-Sport Winter Run Series. And last year I discovered who Noah was because everyone kept talking about this little kid who was beating everybody. And he does the 10K, so, and at the time he was 8, he actually, he let me know that he actually just turned 10. So, I walked up to him, I presented him with a special medal, and I asked him, you know, I said, I hear you're really fast, and of course he told me he was, and I told him, I pointed out the guys in all the RACC uniforms, and I said, you got to make sure you keep beating them. And then at the end of that winter run series, his mother, Monica, approached me and said, you know, Noah would really like to do a fundraiser for you guys next year. Is there something we can work out? I don't really know what to do. So me and the founder, Cole Braun, we sat down and we figured out this little fundraiser for Noah to do, and that's what we're doing for him now.
Now, so how does this fundraiser work? Noah's going to be running a 10K,
yes.
And it's all about what kind of time he's going to finish.
So what Noah's been doing for, and he's going to do this for, it'll be 4 consecutive runs. He makes a prediction on what he thinks his 10K time is going to be. So for $5, you can make a prediction on what you think Noah's time is going to be. And at the end, we go over whatever the time is. If it's Noah wins, then the whole pot comes to RACC. If whoever else wins, 50% of the pot is theirs to do what they want with. And of course, at the last race, the winner, she donated the money back. So for his very first race, he raised $120.
That is so neat. I mean, it is a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
And that's what really RAC's all about, since its beginning with Cole and Jenny Brown.
Yes. Yes. You know, and to have this little boy who wants to do this, and, you know, when his parents asked him, you know, Noah, why do you really want to do this? He had said, because I love to run, and I don't want to see any kid have cancer. So, and, you know, obviously Noah has this huge heart, and he just wants people to know that no matter how young or old you are, you can do your part to help out. And that's why Noah does this.
He really follows the mission statement of RAC, which is to use the passion and competitive spirit of racers to raise awareness and money for research in the fight to defeat childhood cancer.
Correct.
It doesn't get any more direct than that. And really, that's what makes these runs so special, too.
It is, you know, and when you have a little boy like Noah who is just, you know, so good at heart to want to do this, I mean, it really, you know, it really melts my heart to have somebody who wants to help out. You know, he himself doesn't have cancer, and that's great. I hope he never does. And, you know, he wants to help other kids, and that says a lot about him and his character and his family, and he's going to grow up to be a really amazing kid.
Now, you're the operations manager for RAC. Tell us about Racers Against Childhood Cancer.
Okay, so Racers Against Childhood Cancer started in 2007. The founder, Cole and Jenny Braun, decided they, you know, wanted to start this charity. And what they did is exactly what Cole did. He took the mission statement. He's huge into all types of sports, but he's really been into multi-sport athletes, multi-sport stuff now, which is the running, biking, swimming, that type of stuff. And it started in 2007 with just him as the only member, and it just started growing. And what we do is we have, you know, people can join. We ask you to pay a $75 membership fee, which $25 automatically goes to CureSearch, which is a national organization that helps with does research to help find cures for cancer. And then the charity has just kind of started to grow, and we have athletes and non-athletes like myself, and they compete in, you know, different events, you know, wearing our gear, fundraising throughout the year. And for my part as being the operations manager, is I help with all the fundraising, make sure all the athletes are doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know, being there to help support them, you know, help support everybody in general, and, you know, kind of help get the whole mission statement across and our point across. Because, you know, nobody wants to see anybody affected with childhood cancer. And I personally joined because I was affected. I lost my only child, Marissa, to childhood cancer in 2010. And that's how I became directly involved with RACC. And I've just, Cole and Jenny are probably the two most amazing people I've ever met in my whole life, and just haven't ever looked back since.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break, Nikki, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Nikki Lieblang and hear why her passion for the group Racers Against Childhood Cancer is personal.
Monday, it's the return of Ted's top 5 ex-girlfriends.
The pastry chef was the best.
I do miss her sticky buns.
And these guys are about to get schooled. Come on! By the master.
The journey to awesome starts with a single, actually lots of singles. We're going to a strip club.
Watch and learn.
I think we're ready to go back to that party and meet some ladies.
Yeah! You are not ready!
Come on, let's go.
New How I Met Your Mother, Monday.
There's no counter space in the bathroom.
That's my reading table.
Convenient, because it's right next to your thinking seat.
Mike and Molly, Mondays at 8. Brought to you locally by Menards.
It's my birthday, and you're invited to the party at Built Right. During my birthday sale, get 10% off and up to 36 months interest-free on affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses. My birthday bash is going on now at Built Right Furniture.
Life here in the middle is full of fun stuff to do, like watching your favorite TV channel.
Why are you watching 3 different TVs?
We can't agree on the volume.
You're going to love it here as much as we do.
The Middle. Weeknights at 5 on WMLW. Criminal Minds, tonight at 12:35 on CBS 58.
Welcome back. Nikki Lieblang is operations manager for RAC, Racers Against Childhood Cancer. And we're talking about the event taking place this morning over at the State Fair Park. It's the Great Lakes Expo Run, part of the series through Great Lakes Multisport, and featuring a little boy, Noah Bliss, who is running to raise money to eliminate cancer in our lifetime. He's not only running for prevention, Nikki, he's running for the survivors, but he's also running in memory of those we've lost, including your daughter. Tell us about Marissa.
Marissa was 5 years old when she was diagnosed with an upper lobe brain tumor, and the tumor took over extremely quickly, and we lost her. So she was very much of an athlete. Even at 5, she loved running and biking and swimming, and I always said that she was gonna win the Olympics for me. And so she just loved being part of all this stuff. And when she was diagnosed with cancer, a very dear friend of mine, Tim Wacker, had heard about RACC, and he had asked me if he could join. And so, of course, I asked Marissa, can Tim join? And she said, of course, and we started coming and watching him. And at one of the duathlons that Great Lakes Multisport does, she was kind of in the end stages of her cancer, and she was in a wheelchair, and she watched Tim race, and she said, Tim, I'm doing this race with you next year, and I'm going to beat you. And that's kind of how my connection with RACC and Marissa and her legacy all started.
He's the Watertown police officer.
Yes.
That she developed quite a connection
Yes.
with, and her legacy lives on today. There are events that are held to help raise awareness of the battle that she lost, but a battle that we all continue to fight. Marissa's run is held, what, every August?
We always do it the first Friday of August, so this year it'll be Friday, August 1st.
And tell me about the kinds of things that take place. It's more than a run, isn't it?
Right. So when shortly after Marissa died, I donated a sum of money to RACC, and Cole really he wanted to do something different and special with this money. He didn't want to just do a regular event. He wanted this to be about Marissa and the kids, and so that's how we started it. So what we do is, it's just supposed to be a fun family event, super low cost, and we do a 5K trail run. We also do, we have a cookout, we have bouncy houses, which Race Day Events donates to us, and then we do something fun for everybody else, which is called the Beer Mile, which is kind of turned into a big event for us as well. And we it's so much fun for us to do. This past year was a huge one for us. We had a celebrity show up, Sean Astin, out of the blue. Batman and Robin came, Superman was there. We had so much fun, and the kids were able to have fun in the bouncy houses, and nobody has to think about cancer or what it's doing to them, and just be grateful for everything that's going on that day. And it's getting a little bit bigger every year. Of course, we'd love it to be, the hugest event that GLM puts on. But it's all about, the kids and their families and everything that they're going through, and plus to keep Marissa's memory and her legacy alive.
You mentioned GLM, Great Lakes Multisport, which really grew out of RAC and runs, what, about 15 events or so every year?
About 15 to 18, yeah. Great Lakes Multisport is, it's an events promotion, and they put on all sorts of the Winter Run series. We have a Pewaukee Multisport weekend. We're doing a women's only half marathon this year, duathlon series, and then of course the Winter Run series, which is one of the races today. And then Great Lakes Multisport donates a large sum of money every year from cost of the race directly to RACC.
In fact, there's an expo wrapping up today over at State Fair Park
Correct.
as well, right?
Yep.
Okay. You were in corrections for more than a decade or so,
yes.
But this, what you're doing today, is personal, isn't it? It's special because of what you experienced.
It is. It's very
continue to experience every day.
It's very personal for me. I credit my athletes, my people that come to my events, and my family for keeping me going. I mean, just to help keep Marissa and her memory alive is...
Yeah, you have quite a support team, don't you?
And they're truly, truly amazing. I have the greatest bunch of athletes, volunteers. My whole family is so involved in this organization. It's everything that I believe in.
Yeah, and it's made up of people from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
You hear multi-sports, but you touched on the social team as well, didn't you? And,
yes.
And it really is about increasing awareness, but having fun doing it.
Right. So for us, I mean, people think of RACC, of course, they think of multi-sport and athletes, but I'm a shining example that you don't have to be an athlete to be part of RACC. I'm not a runner, biker, swimmer, which is, kind of always the big joke that we have going on. So that's why we kind of started a social club team as well, because there are members who just, we don't even get into all the spandex and all that fun stuff. So, like, we'll put on events where we just, a bunch of us will meet out, and you don't even have to be part of RACC to do it. You can just come and hang out, and we, might have drinks and appetizers and talk about what's going on with RACC, what's going on in life, and then this way everybody can kind of get to know everybody, because we have so many members who don't even necessarily know who they are. I know who everybody is, because, I deal with all of them, but then this way everybody can, meet and talk and, think of new ways to fundraise and just, be a big family together.
For more information, there's a website you can go to, has the background of RAC and the events that are coming up. But again, for those of you who are just joining us, the big event taking place at State Fair Park, featuring Noah Bliss. He's 10 years old, you're saying?
He's 10. He just turned 10. He wanted me to make sure everybody knew he was 10, not 9
good
anymore.
luck to you, Noah, and those people who want to help him raise money, they can contribute an extra $5 and guess how long it's going to take him to run a 10K. And it's a win-win situation for RAC, for Noah, and families like you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank
Nikki
you for
Lee
having
Blank.
me.
All right.